Welcome to Erotic Wisdom with Mrs. Love.
So the first meditation I want you to become aware of, we're going to explore today, it's exactly this that we have done. Connect with your breath, and particularly your out breath, that exhale. And began realizing that breathing is a whole body experience. And every time you breathe, your whole body is invited and it's included, and then it becomes a dance. And we should be bringing in a manner that we always slightly disturb our neighbor. Yeah, just like that. So even if it's just for today, just for the time you're here today, you do this. See if you can keep calling yourself back into this. So that you can use your breath to exhale your mind. If today at any time you find that you're being overwhelmed by the information, by the practices, that you're getting a bit irritated, perhaps vulnerable or angry, use your breath. Use your breath. Is your first beloved, is your greatest tool to connect with the moment. So the mantra with the breath is enter and expand as you inhale. Enter this moment and expand your lung and your whole being into this moment. This is deep reception. You're really receiving, you're expanding in this moment. And then you release and let go. And that's the deep letting go of your exhale. Don't hold on to that exhale, let it go. And this is your measure in life. How much of your life are you prepared to let go of any moment? How much of every moment can you let go? So there is room for more. And the next breath come, you can enter even deeper. There is more space to expand into that new breath. And then you just let it go. Enter and expand. Release and let go. So even if this is all you take home today, it's immense piece of meditation. You can apply it to really every aspect of your living. Even when your wife is going crazy at you, you can enter that and expand into that and hold space for that and see what it does for you. And the next moment is all gone. Let it all go. It was just a moment. And then enter the next moment. This is the attitude of the lover. This is Tantra. Tantra is the practice of expanded awareness, and often it's called the way of the lover because we're using technique that bring us closest to the attitude of the lover, which is deeply loving, feeling deep pleasure and ease in my body as I am doing this thing we call living. That my loving is not something I do while I'm alive, but that living, it's something I do because I'm loving, while I'm loving. So that the attitude of the lover can become your first identity, and then out of that you live and you express. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. And keep some of that you have found inside of you. to share with the outer. So I just want to open this space together today, and I'll start with me and just telling you a little bit how I'm envisioning this day. I didn't give it too much thought, actually. It really arose in me when I was doing a group with women called The Body of Desire. And I've done a few meetings, and then I did an intensive for 3 days in this space, in this room. And we slept in this room for 3 days. We brought bedding and we processed 3 sessions a day. We ate in this room and we spent the night again in this room and so on. And it aroused in me, why don't I do this work with men? Why don't I share this with the men also? And so I noticed that I had this slight contraction within me, because there was a part of me that was telling me, how can I tell a man about themselves when I'm a woman? You know, what do I know? You know, like, what is this? It's arrogant. I thought it was arrogant of me. And then I realized, but I am not talking to you as man. I actually wants to share with you tantric truth. And so therefore you are a human being. I see you as a human being before you are a man. And so perhaps today I'm not too interested in your physiological main man response maybe, and perhaps there are some things I am not so prepared on. So you will probably catch me there. I'm not going to pretend I know what I don't know. But I really invite you to educate me, perhaps, as well, into this, so I can also share with the women I work with. And mainly what I want to offer me to you today. This body of a woman, it's what I have. And I've got this understanding of being in the body of woman, that is my expression. I live of my body, so I resource a lot from my body as my intuition and my wisdom. And perhaps that is the essence of woman. That's why I did a work called The Body of Desire, because women, we really embody this. And the masculine principle in Tantra is the essence. And so I thought for men, perhaps I'm going to tackle the philosophy aspect of masculinity as the essence of desire. But then again, you are also in a body. And so your body is also your resource. And I also believe that I can teach you exactly what I teach to women. This is a feeling I have. And then you can do with it whatever you want. And maybe you can also tell me, this doesn't really work in my body. I don't understand what you talk about. It's really foreign. So please do reflect me in this way if that happens. And perhaps you will tell me it works. I understand what you talk about. Because you have a body, and ultimately we are very similar. We have much more similarity than we have differences. And yes, we have some differences, but I want today focus on the similarity, which are enormous. We're just human beings on this planet. And so this is my entry point. This is how I'm gonna look into the day. And so we're gonna do some practices that are there to the body. So I'm gonna speak a little bit about Tantra and the essence, perhaps. So for me, the most important teaching of Tantra is the art of relaxation. How much do we relax into ourselves? And that the true essence of all the knowledge is in that relaxation. It's in that pearl. And we so look outside of it, everything. And that's why we struggle. We never find it. We find pieces. You have to always bring them back. And Tantra teaches that the moment we fully relax into me and accepting all of me, then the secret of reality will be revealed to me, because it's only my experience. So Tantra also can be translated into the essence. The word Tantra, there are many translations. It's beautiful because it applies to many people. Wherever they are at, they will understand Tantra from that point of entry. That's why Tantra is expansive. Like as human, we are in constant expansion. And so the work we do also will dictate a new way of perhaps being woman, being human, and perhaps being man, and perhaps being women. That is not a given. We choose in every moment how I want to be this one, this nervous system that moves in a certain way. So Tantra can be translated as the essence, is the essential teaching. So every religious stream is full of Tantras. In the Torah you find the Tantras, in the Bible you find the Tantras, into the Islam, the text in Islam, is because it is the essential teaching of the nature of reality. And then different school of thought, different religions choose an aspect of how reality manifested itself into this realm and expand perhaps on aspects. Tantra never expands, it stays in the essential teaching. And the essential teaching is that you are everything that there is. So one of the Tantric Sutra that I'm particularly fond of, it says, what can be found here, it can be found everywhere, but is not found in here, will never be found anywhere. So to really understand that this is the call for Tantra, to start engaging with your sense of identity. Every time you think, I am this, yes, think a little further as well. I am this and I'm the ultimate mind, the creator of everything. And in this, me and you are the same, man and woman. It doesn't really matter. And Tantric teaching also are based, a lot of the texts are written in Sanskrit. And Sanskrit is an amazing language that really boggles and inspires the mind. It's not a linear language. You write Sanskrit a little bit up and down, and some letter goes before and some after. Even the word Shiva is written with the two vocal before the S. It's bizarre. You have to let go. It's the real unlearning, to catch a different understanding. And we are very familiar with the Sanskrit word of Om, the primordial sound of creation. And then if we follow this root word is a root word for man, mankind, mind, manual. I had another one as I was driving here today. Mountain, also mountain is a symbol of consciousness. Manual, man.
So the word for mother in many languages starts like that.
It's still that. And which connects to the source of creation, God, mind. So that mind and man and humankind, that man is the manual. So life is not written. We are the manual for that which is constantly coming from source. And I found this so beautiful. This is my eros, the word eros, word porn. Manual. So you are your own manual. There's no one manual like the other. Sometimes you can go and read his instruction manual, but to a point it's like, actually no, I don't have all parts. My mechanic is a little bit different, so some for the same, and then you got different models. There is different manual, and then we got the children, which are the manual upgrade, complete upgrade. Don't look at our manual, throw it away. Look online for your new manual. So this for me is seriously powerful, that if we think we know who we are, we limit hugely the potential of what life really can be, and we do a disfavor to humanity at large, completely. So my invitation is really to drop into your personal cosmic movement that we all have inside. We have a universe moving, and sexuality is the expression of this universe colliding. And so another translation for Tantra is the Tra, is the root word for triad, trident.
Triangle.
Triangle.
Truth.
Truth. Thank you. That's beautiful. So 3 is the 3-point triangle. Let's call it a triangle, just to give it some reference that we're familiar. Tan is the root word for tension, and tools also from Tantra. Tantra gives a lot of tools to understand. So Tan is the tension of reality on a scientific level, on a physics level, is governed by the tension of atom pulling and rejecting. You know, the whole reality, if we break it down to this scientific, what do you call them? Rule? Rule is not...
It's a model.
Yeah, models. It's a tension, it's a constant tension, attraction and repulsion, and sometimes the pull is so high that when two atoms come in full dynamic, they attract so much that they push again, they push out again, they repulse each other. And then you need the third point that holds the two together. You know what I'm talking about?
No,
but it sounds familiar.
I'm just trying to see it in
yeah.
a triangle.
So the third point will keep the two one together in the same way they pull each other.
It's like
such an attraction.
A water molecule is also shaped like that.
So there is this attraction and then they're going away. So how you keep them together? When you start keeping them together, you got energy moving. That's the flow of existence. And so the Tan is the tension of the two, the extreme polarity of this manifested reality that we have, such as hot and cold, day and light, man and woman, penetration, surrender, you name it. Everything is got a polarity in our existence, what we understand with our linear mind. And then the third point is the point that look at the polarity, see it as the polarity, understand that not the ultimate true, it's real in this reality, but it's not ultimate because, hey, I am looking, there is the third one looking, so there is something more. And also it's called, is the transcendence of the polarity, meaning that you don't bypass it, but you enter it with such an intensity that creates the third point. It's integrated. This is the symbol, maybe sometimes you've seen the two-coiled snake, also of Mercury, which is the magician, which is the one that medicine still has. So is the knowledge.
Messenger.
The messenger, but also in this is the knowledge of reality. That's how you can cure or heal disease. That's why still with the medicine. When you understand what reality is made of, you can intervene when it goes out of balance. And you can re-establish the original balance. So this is the integration of polarity in a beautiful dance, and it's also the symbol of the lovers. They constantly making love, they intertwined. And out of their love making, more of reality, it's created. And that's why in Tantra, because it's the essential teaching, we only have one symbol, Shiva and Shakti making love. Everything else, you can bring it if you want. It's irrelevant. Well, that is as much as you can go to the essentials. Sometimes for the mind to drop everything and to drop all opinion about your experience in this life and go straight into essential is too much. Too much has to die, and maybe we're not also ready. So that's why there are religions there that if they are look with intelligence, they're also purposeful. They don't have to be prison, but they're also recipe for freedom. And this is why the Tantra will give you the key to understand the essence, and then you can look at everything in this existence with the same key, and perhaps you can make more sense of everything you can come across. So in this essential of these two polarity making love, the masculine and the feminine, there is a force that always penetrates, and there is a force that receive and open into more depth, more unknown, more dying. And there is a force that brings through this unlimited intelligence that wants to penetrate existence. It needs to. It's beyond a decision. It's a force of nature. That's why masculine and feminine, we call them principle. They're not even forces. The force is already a product of a principle. If you can. Everything I tell you today, I speak a lot of things. You don't have to believe anything I say. I will invite you to receive me as from your feminine ability in your body, which is the practice of just feel me when I talk to you. And feel the truth when it comes to you, and sometime it will just, some string will be plucked inside of you, and there is like a aha, a recognition, and then you maybe accept that and you let it move in your body. Even if your mind is still not understanding, your body can. Your body has a knowing, has knowledge that is before the mind. It informs the mind. So trust that also, that your loving can inform your understanding of love. So just receive what you can with your body, and perhaps through the day we'll expand more on some aspects. And you can also ask me more questions. But for now, I'm just giving it all at you. I'm just throwing it all. So, what was I? Feminine principle, receive. And there are principle before there are forces. Because when we speak about energy, it's already an expression of. It's very subtle, the principle. So they're not man and woman. You know, and in a lot of the tantric conversation, contemporary tantra, I just want to say this, I found sometimes there is a little bit of confusion between masculine and feminine. So we're all calling for the arising of the divine masculine, and I'm not doing this today with you. The divine masculine is the great mind that creates everything. If we are here, it's because the divine masculine, it's already expressing, and we have to do nothing. We have to join in, actually. Same with the divine feminine. There is no woman that needs to awaken the divine feminine inside of me, because the divine feminine creates existence. It's everything we see. So how arrogant would be for me to think that I need to do some awakening job. That's already awakened, is reality, you know? And so those are these principles, and they're at play all the time. And also I want to endeavor you to start thinking that this movement from complete dissolution into full manifestation of existence, when we think, you know, in terms of physics, we're thinking about the Big Bang, the origin of things. You know, Tantra's got his own story. There is this origin of things, and then there is this manifested world. This happens every moment, at every time. This is not linear. It's not once upon a time there were Shiva Shakti. They are here in every moment. The Big Bang happens in every moment, in reality. Just for you also to rest with this. Every thought you're thinking is the same process. Creation, manifestation, dissolution. So come this feeling, the arising of a possibility, come the thought. It's the creation of Shiva. And then the breath, it is spoken, it is manifested. And then let it go. That's when you can let go of your exhale. It's done, finished. Existence die, goes into chaos, and then, oh, another thought in the mind of the divine. If you can't want to, sometimes we use this symbol to help the mind to understand, not in linear. So, like you can think of Shiva, you know, every time there is this body, which is the body of the universe, he has a thought, a possibility, there is an arising, and then there is the idea, and you know, the mind, our mind creates reality, and then it comes out of the mouth, or a gesture, that's the feminine. It finds form to be expressed into manifestation. So every gesture, every sound, every breath belongs to the feminine. So you have this in your being, accessible any moment. So I want to use my body also for you to really connect to this movement that are, you know, the free flowing movement of the spine that you also have access to. And perhaps you can enter it in your body, or sometimes you can just receive it. You can also connect to my movement and know that this is also your movement, you know? So in this way, when I say use me, I'm really teaching from a tantric perspective here, that I'm teaching from my body knowing more than I'm teaching you from my mind. So use me in this, enter me. You can use this body to enter and see if there is something for you that also can come from the invisible, you know? Everybody take a deep breath.
Mm.